Hi, welcome. We're not live again. Everything's pre-recorded here at Power Motorsports. This week, I've got Josh Winkler, Winkler Pricing, aka Winkler Pricing.
Thank you for having me.
Give a wink. Come on now.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on the show here.
No problem. The thing is, you don't want to look at the cameras.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them. A lot of them. What are you doing over there, camera? It's all right.
Come here, you big boy.
It's something you get used to, I feel like I'm at home. It's fine.
There you go.
Thanks for having me out.
Now, why is it Winkler Pricing? Let everybody know out there.
Because I believe in a certain price that most people don't, and it's usually lower than your price.
Which is Dollar General ain't got shit on Winkler Pricing.
Well,
But remember, Ferrari taste.
Yes. There's, a lot of people like to make analogies, with different levels of being poor and different, money brackets and tax brackets and whatever, such things. Me, I like to be on a level to where I can never escape.
That's called debt.
Yeah. That's exactly right. But no, thanks for having me out.
Josh, where are you from, buddy?
I'm loving it.
Tell everybody, because I know me and you know each other, but
yeah.
Tell the people out here on YouTube.
Yeah, I was born in Texarkana, Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, I'm a Texas boy. You can probably tell by the accent, but yeah, we'll kill you. We're pretty bad. But no, we won't. I'm just playing. But yeah, I'm from Texas.
Texarkana. Now, we went through there one time, and you had will you show me part of town? Isn't one side of town Texas and one's Arkansas?
Yeah, it's
weird.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's like you don't pay certain taxes on Texas side. On Texas side, you won't pay. I think they don't pay state tax, but on Arkansas side they do. But the state line is literally what they say it is. You know what I mean? One side's Texas, one side's Arkansas. You can buy alcohol on one side, but then go right across the street and get it. So it's kind of like a...
Wasn't it Dry County, too?
Yeah.
Like you could go and tell, like you literally said.
Texas is, but you can go right across the street.
That's crazy.
10 feet away and get alcohol from Arkansas side. So it was a pretty cool... It's a pretty different kind of lifestyle,
So were you raised in Arkansas?
Negative. That was
so you're raised on the Texas side.
Arkansas. I want to make that clear. I have no good. Arkansas is actually a beautiful state, man. Have you ever been to Arkansas?
Yes, I go there all the time.
They call it the natural state for a reason. It is a beautiful place. It is being a lot of misconception is when they say, hey, brothers are probably with sisters and that kind of that's an irrelevant statement.
Yeah, that happens in every state.
It's a beautiful place. But no, I did not live there in Arkansas.
So you lived in Texas?
I lived in Texas.
You born there?
I was born there.
Were you born in a hospital?
Yes, I was born in a hospital. Good. Unfortunately, I was born out of a hospital.
How many brothers and sisters?
I have 9. My
I have
mom,
9 too.
I had a pretty big family, and I was the oldest, so it was kind of like, hey, you don't get to party, you just raise your brother and sister kind of thing,
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's what the oldest always gets. We get the shit end of the stick.
Yeah, well, you do, but it kind of makes you a better person,
more responsible.
Yeah, definitely a responsible person.
So you try to make sure that the brothers and sisters are all looking up to you.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
See, you know where I'm coming from.
Well, I'm the oldest, so out of 9.
See, know.
So I'm trying. Yeah. I tried. They don't want to hear it half the time.
Shout out to all you oldest brothers and sisters out there. Y'all doing your thing.
Yeah. Uppercut.
Yeah, probably that too. You keep them in line, by God. Keep them in line.
My problem is thank God me and Joe's always got along good, but most of them, they always jump on me. Yeah. So every one of them that turns 18 or 19, they try to whoop my ass.
Why are they jumping on you?
Because I guess they don't like me.
They don't like you. They're your family, man. They don't. That's kind of...
Well,
they have to like you. It's just
most family don't, You're from Texas. Yeah, they probably all get along down there. In Oklahoma, we all fight.
Well, okay. Okay,
We fight
I
to
can
go
see
to
that.
the top. See, haven't you ever noticed that most singers, most movie stars, you're going to have even presidential candidates and all that. They're all from Oklahoma because we have to fight 24/7. See, everything's big in Texas.
Yeah, we're just too busy at home on the ranch chasing cows and stuff.
Was that in the ghetto?
Yeah, in the projects, chasing cows. How hood is that? We got a ghetto cowboy in the house.
Yeah, he's tried to steal the cows to sell down at the local.
No, that's a false statement. We never had cows. My wife's actually wanting to get cows now, and I told her, yeah, she wants cows bad. I don't understand the concept, because
Oklahoma.
I guess it's just me, but in order to have cows, you need a fence, and we don't have a fence yet, so we got to work on step one.
You've been talking to the neighbors about some property?
Yes,
land?
yeah.
So where do you live at now? Let everybody know.
Right now, we're on the outskirts of Coweta, just right out of Coweta, Oklahoma. We're right out there by the turnpike. If you're driving down the turnpike and you see a log cabin out there with a green roof, just say hi.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Got the swimming pool in the backyard and all the amenities.
I'm doing okay. Let's just leave it at that. I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to...
No comment.
Yeah,
We do keep some things top secret here.
Yeah, we try not to let people kind of trap you in. You got to say certain things. You got to keep it hush-hush.
It's like George after
I'm doing okay. Just say that.
After I interviewed him on here, he said, "Why'd you put me on the spot, man? My old lady's going to kill me."
Well, they probably have a different kind of background. Everybody has their own story, That's like for you, instance, you came from a similar background as well, So we have a lot. We have a lot in common.
Well, except for the Fortune 500 company. Aren't they oil tycoons or something down there in Texas? Or?
What's that?
I'm just teasing.
What's that?
I'm trying to get everybody to let them know who Josh Winkler is. You come from the ghetto.
Yeah,
right?
I came from the projects. Rome, Georgia. I was born in Texas, but I was raised in Georgia.
Was you?
Yeah, I was raised when I was 8. We left and we went to Georgia because my grandma lived down there. And
was it in the hood too?
Yeah. Well, she actually that is a proper noun for a hood term. Yeah. That is, so you do know your slang there. But no, she did not. She actually lived in a little country home, but my mom decided she preferred the projects due to her income. So
it wasn't her attraction.
Attraction. Apparently,
men.
she had a lot of attraction. You know what I mean?
So are all these real?
Let's just be real.
Are these all real brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 4 that are real. My real brothers and sisters, and the rest of them we have separate dads. But I don't. Most people would see it a different way, like the way you're saying it, but I don't really see it that way because I'm close with all of my brothers and sisters, even though if some of them know they are just my step.
Well, you are their father.
Yeah, that's true. I am your brother father,
I mean, you raised them.
Yeah, so...
hey, I know where you're coming from. I had to watch mine quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you... it's a different... I can't imagine having an older brother. Or one I could go to.
And I wish I had one. I wish I really did. I wish I had an older brother. That way I can just kind of be like, hey, man, listen, I'm about to do some really dumb stuff and blame it on you. You know what I mean?
Or learn from his mistakes.
Yeah, one or the other. But mostly do dumb stuff and blame it on him. Yeah. That's what little brothers do.
So when did you come back?
I came back when I was around 19, I believe.
I don't mean to interrupt, but where now I know that you had rough upbringing, and I know that you got in some trouble, and you got into some boxing.
Yeah, that's correct. I did.
Was that in Georgia?
Yes, that was. I did about 8 years of the boxing.
And that was court ordered or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was actually not of age at the time to be classified as an adult. And I got into certain situations with my family where I was being classified as an unruly child, and that was part of the program the judge put in place, was saying it was either I had to attend some kind of program, football, something of that nature, because he said I needed to stay active, and that's why I was being outright unruly, I guess what they call it. So
that's awesome. I wish
I've
never heard of that.
Georgia just so happened to have a program there where you could go in there, and it was like kind of like you would do when you go to therapy or something. It was just a different way of doing it, and it was pretty cool.
Did it help?
Yeah, it helped a lot at first. When you're that young, at first I thought, hey, I'm about to be a superior human being. No one's going to ever mess with me again. I'll probably just whoop everybody. But as you get older, you kind of realize, just like anybody else, when you're young, you do really dumb stuff. And I found out really quick that, hey.
So you went through the training wanting to tune people up. You're like, I got some training now.
You're young. I had the Superman cape on. I'm
a badass.
Yeah, I thought I was. But our IT guy here has a Superman shirt on, so that's awesome. But yeah, I thought I was just the king of the crop of the creek.
And with that, I didn't get into anything like that. But if you drive a fast car, or you play sports, or you're bad at fighting, it seems like you don't have no problem with the girls neither. So they must have been chasing you, huh?
Well,
they're like, oh, Josh, he's such a little badass. Ugh.
Some did, but also the same fact of the nature is I was so busy, man, with all the other brothers and sisters that I really couldn't get to have a serious relationship. I think I had one serious relationship back then, and I was with that girl for like 4 years.
I got you.
It was the first love of my life. She was awesome.
Is that your? Now I know we haven't said it yet. How many kids you got?
I have 2 kids that are mine. Yeah.
And
but no, it wasn't. It was not them.
Not
it
with
was
her?
Not, no.
Okay.
They were not. I'm talking about before I even had kids. First serious relationship, like before 14 and 16 years old. I thought I was in love, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, 14 to I guess that depends. People get married.
Yeah, it's
depends how mature you are and stuff like that. So, well, anyways, okay. So you went through this boxing program. Now, if you went 8 years. What you do? Did you get in trouble at 6 years old, or did you?
I actually just.
Or did you get in trouble at 14, and then you went off into your 20s and just kept doing it?
Yeah, I was actually only supposed to do it for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years tops. I think it was a year and a half. It was like 18 months or something like that I had to do it for. But I ended up after they closed my case out and said I just kind of stuck with it for a really long time and started doing that thing, and that's what really got me into that type of situation. But now when you get older, like my wife the other day, she was at a garage sale and she's seen a bunch of boxing stuff, like a speed bag and a heavy bag and stuff, and she texted me and said, hey, you want me to buy you this stuff? And I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm to the point to where in my age, you know what I mean? That
it's like me wanting to play basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, I played.
You get to a certain point that you don't want to do it no more. It's just broken bones and hurting, and it's just not there.
I can't. My deal is with like the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind going. I have went back.
Yeah. Wasn't you in high school basketball?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I played high school, and then I did play just a little bit at college.
Yeah.
So, but what the deal is I even doing that, I to even go back to try out for a college team.
Right.
And being out of it 6-7 years, just trying to get at that level where I was satisfied.
Yeah.
My deal was I didn't want to half-ass it. And I know, like, right now, if I started training, not only is my joints and stuff like that can't handle it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be happy.
It's a lot, man.
I wouldn't be happy because I would miss 60% of the shots. You
Yeah.
know, I wouldn't have my game.
Yeah,
and I'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
why am I doing all this?
Yeah.
I ain't even at that level. So why am I wasting my time?
Yeah, I wish like I could probably like get in shape better and then maybe go out there and hit the speed bag and stuff like that and hit the heavy bag. But as far as like doing like exhibition bouts and fighting people and doing bouts, I don't see that happening for me anymore.
Like O'Brien?
Yeah, I'm really.
I don't know.
I've really changed my hobby. You know, based it on a more subtle thing. You know, like motorcycles and stuff like small engines, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. So you've
definitely.
You've gotten totally off into the motorcycle stuff.
Well, it's actually like I was in the motorcycle stuff, and then I had the boxing, and then I came back to the motorcycle stuff. I actually my dad, when we lived in Texas before we moved to Georgia, like keep in mind I was like 7, 8 years old at the time. Mm-hmm. This is before my mom and my dad split up. My dad bought me this dirt bike, man. I'll never forget it. It was a really, really nice dirt bike. The guy he bought it from had trophies from where the guy had bought it, won championships with it. It was nice. It was my first motorcycle ever, man.
You're proud of it, weren't you?
I was very proud of it, man. I was like I was just a kid, you know.
Yeah.
That's like you're
like I'm gonna be I'm gonna race.
Yeah, man. I was nice. It was nice.
I'm gonna do motocross.
And I was trying
I remember thinking shit like that.
I was trying to figure it out, you know, and how to drive it, and I would drive back and forth 24/7. I was like, man, this is so awesome. And then one day we went to the grocery store, and I think we left the bike sitting over there by the tree and at the house, and we came back and it was gone.
Oh, in the ghetto?
Yeah. Well, no, we actually, when we lived in Texas, we lived out in the country, so it was really weird that it was gone.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what happened, and later on I found out that it was something that my father had done, you know what I mean, from his previously mishap. So they took the bike for payment. So it was one of those things where my dad owed him some money or something, and
damn.
But that's what got me into I loved doing motorcycles, man. I just loved it. So this gave me more time since I'm more settled down now. I was figured, well, what better way to do it is to come back to something you love.
Well, when I met you, you had that one bike. Was that the first one you built, or was that the one you because it was a cool looking bike?
Yeah, I built a couple of bikes. I'm by no means some, you know what I mean, hardcore.
Winkler James.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Jesse James at Winkler James. That was good. But no, I built
Winkler Pricing.
I built a couple of bikes because I'm too cheap to go buy one, I guess. I
like to call it tight.
Tight, yeah. I am very tight with money. Yeah. It's just the way I am. It's my personality. Don't judge me. But yeah, motorcycles is my thing, man. I like motorcycles. I like working on small engine stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I know you had the crotch rocket.
Yeah, that's true.
You bought your crotch rocket.
Yeah.
Well, did you like it?
If there's any guys out there, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them who have sport bikes, because when I dipped off into the sport bike realm, I noticed there was a lot of older cats that had sport bikes, and I was like, wow, this is pretty weird, because I wasn't really used to the age bracket having that, because man, you have to have a strong back to be on a sport bike, man.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's more of, using your legs, you know what I mean, to hold yourself up, and using your stomach muscles to hold yourself up, being more bent over 24/7 is a little bit harder than when you're on a cruiser. So you definitely have to make sure you're getting your workout in on that.
Yeah. So you've left the dark side and come back to the light.
Yeah, I established that I have no muscles in my abdomen region, so I got rid of my sport bike. I think that's what happened. That's the real reason, the untold truth of Josh Winkler.
Hey, you had a bad bike. What kind of bike was
it? It was a ZX-10R Ninja. It was a racing. It was a bad boy. I'm not gonna lie. It was a very fast bike. It's too fast for me.
You were telling me something. It revved like 15, 16, 17,000 RPMs? Yeah,
it was a very... the bike was so intense that the factory had a built-in timer on the handlebar where you could race. It was for racing.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, it was nasty. I mean, he was like, what's that? I was like, you want to ride it? No.
Yeah, it took one ride, and for those of you who don't know, I live in from Coweta to Muskogee is what, maybe a 30, 45-minute drive?
It's like 3 minutes.
No, it's not 3 minutes. There's no
For
way.
you, it was.
Yeah. It could have been on the contract, but the one trip I took from Coweta to Muskogee ruined me. After that, I knew right after that, when I got back, I was like, this will never happen again.
How fast did you get it up to?
Come
on.
I am.
Juicy secrets. Don't worry, local police officers.
I will say this, shout out to Salzal Police. There's a lot of you guys out there, and you do patrol the streets.
But y'all couldn't catch me.
I'm not going to say anything about that other than, good luck. Good luck. Yeah. But I tried to keep it at base. It's hard to abuse when you got that much power.
Yeah.
And you just want it. It's tempting. It's very tempting to do. But with me, it was more of a back issue. There's just no way that anybody who rides what they call a super sport bike, they know what I'm talking about. Your back's in an aggressive stance the whole time. So it's a pretty hardcore way to be riding.
So basically, we've got
what's he drawing? He's drawing something over there.
I've got a bike here.
Are you sure that's a bike? I feel like we're playing Hangman.
Josh is on it, and he's going.
That's a bad
some mythical.
If you can see this on camera, I want you guys to know that David's drawings are legendary.
I think.
Wow, it's like a messed up version of Hangman.
He just went around the mile per hour thing.
Yeah. You caught that, huh?
Yeah.
You caught that, huh?
You son of a bitch. Yeah. I better go.
I was saying that.
He did avoid it all the way. One huge story about mile per hour.
Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do.
He didn't want to give. You don't feel comfortable about giving it up?
Well, I mean.
Give it up.
I will say I've hit the 3 digits before, over the 3 digits. I'll give you that. I will give you that.
Hey, fastest I've ever been on a motorcycle was almost 130. And
that's pretty fast, man.
To me, I was like,
well,
I was on a Harley.
Wow, that's pretty good. You're doing 130 on a Harley.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
I was about to shit. You know the on ramp right there by where you work.
I
was coming up that fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. I believe it. I told you about me getting
150.
I just recently maybe somewhere around there.
God, he was blind. How do you hang on to that?
You just hope you don't die. That's what you do.
You had all the leathers and everything, didn't you?
Yeah, I fully prepared.
See, Josh type of guy. I mean, when he goes out, I mean, he goes to the club. It's Justin Timberlake. If he,
well, I don't know.
He also dances like him too.
I don't know about that. You can't compare me to him. Justin's a legend.
Yeah, but you work it.
Let's just say I have certain skills.
He can do that moonwalk. He can dance, ladies.
I have a little
He
bit.
can dance.
Yeah, my wife knows. Only my wife knows that.
Oh yeah, she's probably like
she knows. She knows.
I mean, he grew up in the hood.
I did grow up in the hood,
So he had to learn some moves.
Yeah,
not just fighting, but
yeah, man. And you know what? I wish I'd learned the moves first instead of the fighting. Then I wouldn't be hurting as bad. Yeah.
Hey, while you were fighting, now your teeth and your jaw and all that, what all got broke?
I've had a lot of stuff broken actually. Like,
all right. But I thought they were. I mean, I'm talking to you, and I go watch fighting and all this, and I know that when you're amateur, you got to wear the headgear. Headgear. How does it still break stuff? It just does.
Yeah, it just happens, man. Like sometimes you get hit. You get hit so many times, certain stuff moves around. Even if they do give you those little helmets, like the foam pads.
You're
and
like,
stuff,
there's my brain.
It still moves, and stuff like that, And sometimes, it's just bad luck. The right aim, the right spot, the right angle, and it's night time.
I got you.
It's just. But
did you ever get knocked out?
Yes, I have been knocked out. I've actually had.
In a fight.
Yeah.
Like a boxing fight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because I've been knocked out.
Yeah. It happens. That's why you never take for granted that no matter how big you are, however small you are, you never underestimate people, because it just takes that one sweet spot and you're down and you can't control it. So you just kind of.
Do you think you had a glass jaw? Or no?
I think.
Okay. Because you had this shit all broke, didn't you?
Yeah, I've ate the.
Because they say that's the button for a lot of people.
Yeah,
but I seen like the other night. My God, that
you can get hit in the face too. You can get hit in the nose region right here. You're pretty much done.
Last night we watched. We went to the UFC fight. So everybody out here, give a shout out to Brian Foster, one of our sponsors.
Yeah,
and hopefully Josh here. I'll let him meet all the guys since he used to box.
That'd be nice to meet you. Please don't try to get me in the ring with you guys, because what you guys do is amazing.
Yeah, they're bad.
I'll get killed. I don't want to get killed.
Yeah,
man.
They're bad, ain't they?
I just want to say from one athlete to another, hey, you're pretty cool. That kind of thing.
But last night we watched an old boy. He was getting the better of the other guy, and he broke that some bitch's nose. Mm-hmm. And the old boy kind of like that stumbled back, and then he was ready to go again.
Yeah, man.
And that other boy grabbed him by the hair of the head, pulled him down, and smashed his nose on his stomach, and he tapped out.
Yeah,
woo, that must have.
Well, see, that's the
just
difference.
The nose.
That's the difference with boxing and UFC, man, or that UFC stuff.
It's like unregulated or something.
I
mean, it's regulated, but it's.
Well, it's kind of like
out. You're a badass.
Do you remember? I think it was could be a year ago. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But you remember that Conor McGregor and Mayweather fight?
Yep.
Everybody hyped that up, because Conor's a real open-minded guy. He's real social. As far as his wording and stuff. And Mayweather is too. They're both excellent at what they do. But it's a prime example of respect the sports, both of them. You don't UFC, shouldn't come into boxing, and boxing shouldn't come into UFC, because these guys are pros. You know what I mean? That's what they do.
But I tell you what, did you see?
It was an awesome fight.
Did you see where Mayweather was real surprised though at how long?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not knocking Conor at all, man. Conor was awesome. It just. To me, when you're a boxer, you recognize certain things. Like with me being a boxer, I would never step in the ring with any UFC guy.
No,
I would get annihilated. There's no way I could even compare to that. You know what I mean?
Man, they a lot of that UFC stuff. Even before it come out, I knew back in high school and stuff that stand-up game. Mm-hmm. My brother was a stand-up fighting guy in high school, Jared. And but he wouldn't. He didn't want to mess with me or another guy that could wrestle.
Yeah,
and it wasn't that I could wrestle. Well, I say I don't wrestle that good. I wrestled with buddies that were state champs and stuff. And because I was cock strong, like Farm Boy.
Yeah, Farm Boy strong. I've seen those.
And I could squeeze down on them. It didn't matter how much they could stand up. I'd just tackle them down. Hold them down until they were exhausted. As soon as they were exhausted, I got up and smacked the shit out of them. And it was over. Man. So UFC does something similar. And you know what? Back before they got real big on grappling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking late 90s, early millennia. I used to tell people, I said, man, if they would go to the ground more. It ain't that I'm a professional, but I knew that other guys that did something similar. And I wouldn't say it's chicken shit. There's no fight that's fair.
Right, exactly.
You're gonna get hit with a fucking chair or whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's not a fair fight. And
there's no fair
fight. Everyone hyped that fight up so much that everybody, for instance, we had a bunch of people over for that fight.
I know, I like it. I watched it.
And the majority of the people we had at our house, 99% of them was like, Conor's gonna kill him, and what I liked about the situation was everybody was going for Conor, and I was the only person going for Mayweather.
You knew.
But that was because of the background. You know what I mean? Conor's going into his domain. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If it would have been the other way around, then I would have swung toward Connor.
Of course, I was rooting Connor on.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. In the back of my mind, I was like, no, this guy is a pro.
Yeah, this guy's
He's
like the best, man. Like you're messing with the big dog. You know what I mean?
It's like when Michael Jordan went to baseball.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah. Speaking of,
but basketball, he
went from that to. What did you think about that? I was watching some videos the other day, and I was looking at it where I think LeBron said he was like the greatest of all time or something like that, and then Michael Jordan was responded back or something. This is maybe some old stuff. I Google around on YouTube a lot, so when I see this stuff, but I was like, man, I loved Michael Jordan back in the day, you know, when they had Scottie Pippen and Steve Kerr and all that. Man, they were awesome.
All you got to do is I'm a big basketball fan. So all you got to do is look at the statistics.
Right.
And the statistics show that nobody can touch Michael Jordan to this day.
Yeah, he's definitely, man.
I'm talking his 3-point game to his deal. When he left the Chicago Bulls, I think it was 93 or 94. He left for 1 or 2 years because his dad died. Or he didn't die. He got killed or whatever. Yeah, that was a big deal.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask your opinion on this, okay? Who would you think would win if Michael Jordan was still in his prime and he was playing against LeBron? What do you think?
Michael. Hands down.
I think Mike. I think they're both great athletes. I think Michael would, in my opinion, would be the better half. I do feel like I do not want to take away from LeBron. LeBron is a beast. He is definitely
but there's nobody
going down in the books.
Do you know how many games Michael Jordan won where they were down by 2 points?
Yeah, like game point shots.
At the last,
I seen this guy make
seconds.
like
he could
shots that weren't even possible. It was like inhuman shots, you know what I mean? At the buzzer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, at the buzzer. It's like always under pressure. Mike could pull it.
I wonder how much you have to practice a day to be that.
Well, you gotta. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. It's.
I agree with that. What do you say?
He's stronger in the head.
He's stronger in the head. That's absolutely right. I agree with that.
And the deal is, okay, here's the deal. I know that whenever I practice 7 days a week, and I did 2 to 8 hours a day, every day when I was in school, I know that whenever I ran against other athletes, there was a time whenever I was the fastest guy in school. Okay.
I'll tell you right now, there was never a time I was the fastest guy in school.
Well, and the deal is I know that there was coaches that would leave me out of games because they were afraid that I would take their son's position or something like that. And as soon as they turned me loose, you know, like the next game, I'd score 26 points right out of the gate, and they pulled me out real quick. I mean, it was just right out of the gate. In order to shoot, I was shooting from 3-point, 80-something%.
Really?
Free throw, 90-something%. Most good points I made in the game was almost 40.
Wow, that's a good bit, man. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I could
you
nail
throwing
it.
Down, wasn't
yeah,
you?
I was.
You was like the Great White Hype, you know.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I remember back then I would watch Michael Jordan, and I would replicate his moves and see
Hold
back.
On a second. Were you in that movie White Man Can't Jump? Were you in that movie?
Yeah. I was. I can't.
You can't. Oh,
I couldn't back then. Believe it or not, my brother Jared.
That's a good movie.
I could bounce the ball, and his last jump up, and he could dunk it.
Really?
Jared could dunk.
It's because you're brothers. You know what I mean? It's like a DNA thing. It's like,
brother?
Hey, man, I'm about to bounce this ball. You know what to do.
Well, yeah.
Get out of there, or you ain't gonna eat tonight.
What was bad was whenever, and it depended on the school I went to and stuff like that, you know. But the deal is, I knew to get at a level where you shoot that good, man, it's practice like insane.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're Michael Jordan, was like shooting all day, every day, different angles. You know, I've seen his like jump shots and stuff are like crazy sideways jump shots and everything. Man, he's just a beast.
He left the Chicago Bulls, okay, and the year that he left, year or two, I think it's 1 year, but it may have been 2. They couldn't even make it to. They couldn't even win a world championship. And then he come back the very first year that he come back out of retirement. he took Pippen and them
Yeah,
straight
man.
back
And I'm gonna be
and won
honest
the
with you,
world
man.
championship.
I'm gonna
Nobody's done that.
Yeah, I'm going to
That
be
means he's a
100%
team.
with you right now, man. Shout out to Scottie Pippen, man. Scottie Pippen was a beast, too. I think he was very underrated. You know what I mean? When him and Michael Jordan got together, it was like the dynamic duo, you know, of the 90s, you know?
I think Pippen needed a leader. And I think that whenever he was left with the team, that he couldn't fill Jordan's shoes. And I'm sorry, but
that's a hard shoe to fill, man.
Yeah. And they said that whenever Michael Jordan walked onto the court, that Charles Barkley and all these other people that were great, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all these others would
Larry Bird.
They said that it was he brought everything. Like they said when he walked in, they're like, "Oh God, there's Mike." And he was like a god. They said that.
And not only that, man.
They had to step it up.
If you look at some of the interviews and stuff with him, man, he was just a really good dude in general. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you know Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
You know, last year he broke a bunch of records, or didn't break them, but he did a bunch of stuff, you know, with the double digits.
He was definitely doing his thing last year, you know.
Which was super impressive through the NBA and one of the best point guard, whatever. He did all that. Then they did a comparison with Jordan. He still cannot do Jordan's stats.
I think everybody's going to try to always like attempt to like compare to Jordan. It's going to be pretty hard to do that. I don't think in my lifetime, I don't think I'll see it.
What was that? What was that racehorse? Starts with an S.
What? The Secretariat?
Secretariat.
Yeah.
Secretariat. That's something similar.
Yeah.
They said that a guy was telling me here the other evening. He races horses. And
have you seen that movie? There's
No.
a movie called The Secretariat. It's really good.
I was going to watch it, but he told me, he said, David, there's only somebody like that comes along once in a lifetime. And he said, there was even a horse. And I said, there was. And he said, yeah, Secretariat.
Yeah.
And I said, well, how bad was it? And he said, he would pull 19 horse links.
Yeah, man. He was a beast.
Ungodly. And they said today, even through the 1990s and the early millennia, he said everybody was injecting anabolic steroids and doing all this with them. He said that they could not, they still can't touch a horse.
I think
still.
My take on it is I think there are certain people who are so strong-minded that they have it in their head that that's what they want to do in life. They want to be the best at this, or the best basketball player, the best horse. I want to manage the best horse we have out, or I want to do that. Some people are so strong-minded that that's what they want to do, and that's what gets them to that point to where they're legends. You know what I mean? That's what separates
and Mike,
them from us. Or
you want to come see me anytime on the show?
Yeah, Mike, we love you, man. You can't tell?
Me and you's already met.
Oh, you met Michael Jordan?
Yeah. 1997, 1998, you were driving your Corvette down in Sarasota, Florida. We had a run-in. He just doesn't know.
That's pretty good. That's pretty wild.
Garth Brooks, Jerry Springer, Davy Jones.
That's pretty cool.
I've met a few. There's some more.
That's definitely cool.
I don't know how, me. I talked so much that I've ran into all these people. And what's bad is I didn't know I'd ever run a company.
I would love to meet Michael Jordan. That is amazing.
Man, I just said hi. That was it.
Yeah. You're probably so nervous, to talk to him.
He was my hero.
It's crazy, man, how you look up to these people, man. These people are like, just like you said, man, they're almost like gods, you know what I mean? And when you really see them face to face, or you have something, and I guarantee you I would have definitely been shocked. I'd have been like, whoa, that's Michael Jordan.
Now, me, I don't get starstruck, really. So
really?
That don't bother me. No.
I feel like I would. I haven't never met anybody like super famous. I think I shook hands with Oscar De La Hoya one time.
How about I take you next weekend to meet somebody very famous?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, who is he? Is he famous to me? What if I don't know him?
The Champ.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll take you next weekend.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
You want to take him? See, me and Joe said he's going with me.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, Big B.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll go if he goes.
He was the Intercontinental World Champion at one time, and he was voted one of the most violent UFC fighters there is.
Oh man.
And now he sponsors me. So
that's pretty cool.
Well, I told you he did.
Yeah. I remember you saying that.
How about will you come if I get you an invite?
Man, if you can give me an invite.
Oh, you do the towel?
I'd love to meet him. Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah,
he's fine. He said, "Can you believe this? He'll be at the Riverwind Casino next weekend." He said he's fighting 3 guys back to back.
Really?
So he's gonna whoop one guy's ass. Well, how do you have that much stamina?
You can. I do not put it past him, man. Especially the way those guys train.
Well, I see those other UFC guys. They can't make it through one fight. But Brian,
he's a champ. He's a champ for a reason. I'm telling you that right now.
Brian's just he's on another level. Do you know that I had him as an employee? Didn't even know he fought.
Really? Hey, you better be glad you didn't piss him off.
Well, no, we were messing with your
last paycheck.
We were teasing him, playing grab ass and everything. And we never knew. And then all this
playing grab ass. What does that mean?
Well, okay. Like my brother said,
is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, my brother said, "Man, he's got such a cute little ass." He said, "Hell, we may want a piece of that."
Oh wow!
Oh, Jared.
Wow, your brother said that?
Yeah, and I looked at him and I was like, "Yeah, Jared was just messing with him." No, Brian was like, "Y'all better not," which and we didn't even know.
Oh man,
we didn't even know. And then he tells me one day, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to go to Mexico. I can't." Keep working.
I thought you were going to say he's going to go to Mexico because he's wanted or something.
Well, hell, knowing Brian, maybe. He is the most violent or voted.
People go to Mexico either for like vacation or because they're running. It's one or the other.
And I think what it is, man, he told me that I always treat him normal and no starstruck. But I've got a problem with that. The only thing is now that I own my own business.
Right.
And I'm trying to make a push for this. I've tried to contact a few of them.
Yeah.
And most of them won't return my phone call. Like I wired, I told you Garth Brooks' house.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was out there and I wired his whole boat dock up and all that over at Diamond 7 Ranch. Well, I've been sending shit on Facebook saying, "Hey, you son of a bitch."
Yeah.
I was an electrician. No.
Yeah. He's not good. Man.
They got their publicists. See, like Joe.
Is he still going on tour and stuff? Is he still doing music?
Oh, Garth. He's a rock star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He's probably not even home like half the year. You know what I mean?
I know he's not answering, but I figured one of them would get back to him and say, "Hey, there's a guy nut now. This little fat skinhead guy."
Garth Brooks, if you hear this, can you please help this guy? He really
give me a shout out, Garth.
Give him a shout out, Garth.
Come on, man.
We know you're a cool human being.
Yes,
just give him a shout out.
He is a cool human being.
It will definitely help him, and it'll bring his self-esteem up. You're like one of his heroes. You know what I mean?
But anyways. And with Brian, get back to Brian's deal. He's got this thing over there at Riverwind, and he's not putting on the show this time.
Oh, okay.
All he's doing is he's wanting some guys there that get the ice bag, all that. I mean, I'm just gonna carry his chair.
You're gonna carry his chair?
I'll do whatever that sumbitch wants.
Oh wow!
Because I like him. Brian,
please
I like you, man, or I wouldn't carry your damn chair.
As a family member, Brian, I would like to know your secret because I can't get him to do what I want. A good job.
I can't.
Good job on you, Brian.
Well, I ain't gonna
You've learned his way. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it, bud.
Respect.
Oh.
It's nice to me.
Oh, I guess I need to work on some things.
Huh? He only asked for 20s.
Oh, he only asked for 20s. I got you. I see where it is now. Okay.
Winkler was like, $100 bills, boy. He told me earlier, he said, man, you're going
to... You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? See how the face changed? They say money does not change you. That is a lie. Look at that. Did you see his face? That's good stuff.
Talking about money changing. You remember me telling you earlier? I said, your broke. Is another person's. My broke is different from another guy's broke.
That is correct. You're absolutely right on that.
It's right, wasn't it?
You're very right on that. That was a lot of wisdom you
shared
there.
Like Josh here.
Yeah.
He started out over at Bluebell Ice Cream.
That's right.
We can say that, right?
Yeah, we can say that. I do work for Bluebell Ice Cream. We can say that.
Yeah, and he loves it over there. I know that.
I do love it. Yeah. It's a very good company to work for.
He likes the people, stuff like that.
The people are amazing, man. I'm telling you, I've never seen people that work at a company of this magnitude. Like, these are these are just really, really good people. Like your tornado comes through, you know, your roof falls off. The next day, there's a bunch of Blue Belt people out there trying to put you on a new roof. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So it's really, it's really a different group of people. You have to get used to that.
And I know you've been moving up the ranks.
I'm just trying to
do better.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do better. I'm trying to make sure we have a better way of life, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like any American human being, you know. Yeah. Just want some.
I noticed. You know, you went from you know, a Honda to a, you know, tricked out slammed Harley, so it must be doing pretty good too.
I see what you're doing there. Yeah, we do okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We do okay.
What's your wife do?
My wife is an RN. Actually, she's in the medical field, so she does really good.
You guys are wrong. No kids at home?
Yeah, we have kids at home.
No, you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, we don't have kids.
He has grown kids.
We have grown kids at home. They're grown.
They work.
And, you know, they work. They do their thing. So yeah.
So are they paying rent?
Absolutely. They have to learn responsibility as well.
Oh, okay. Hey, did the boy get out?
What's that?
You've got Rebecca and her old man, and then you've got
Preston.
Is he out?
No, he's still there.
I thought he moved out.
No, he's still there.
Oh,
he's still there.
I thought he moved out with his old girl
he's
toy.
He's still there. He's basically he's never there, you know, because he's with his girlfriend.
Might as well say he's out.
But he's, you know, and you could say he's out, but technically he's not. But he's still doing his thing. You know, everyone's doing their thing, and
do you
we're
think,
making it work.
When are you gonna? You know, I always wonder that too. Like, when do you tell them to leave the nest? Well, like, hey, you're 30. Can you go?
Well, yeah, right. I know.
Come on, man. I mean, because I wanted my own place so that I could have my girl over.
Yeah, right.
And you could.
I think there's going to come a point in life when.
How the hell do you do that with mom and dad there?
Yeah.
Or do y'all just like, hey, get it on, boy?
No, that's incorrect. We do not do it like that. We do not do it like that.
Look at y'all. He's like, I wouldn't tell you anyways.
Nah,
I'm sick.
False statement. Don't believe that.
I'm just teasing. I'm just
watch him, ladies and gentlemen. Watch him. Anyway, they don't do what they want. But anyhow, it's a different.
How old is he? First of all, Preston and Rebecca.
They are now 21. Have
you talked to him about it? Like, hey, it's about time.
Well,
are you claiming to be a man?
Yeah. We've talked with them. Actually, me and my wife have talked with them and set them down and gave them a deadline. You know, that they'll have to.
Is he having an emotional breakdown?
They have to meet.
Oh God, Josh, I kill.
Well, they're not gonna like it. You know, either way. You know what I mean? Because now,
because whenever I got out, you know, me and you we're from the same deal.
Right.
Whenever I turned 18, 19, I wanted out at 17.
Yeah. And I get that, but I don't know what happened to this generation, but they're just like, hey, we want to stay forever. We want to live
forever.
You know,
you think you would?
You know what I mean? I don't mind, like.
I know you don't.
With the other one, like my stepdaughter and her boyfriend, you know, they're actually trying. They're trying to get their own place, and they're trying to, you know, they're about to have a baby, so they're trying to get their stuff together. They're actually trying. As long as you're trying, I don't have a problem with that. But I just can't, you know, it comes to a point, you know, it only works for so long. And it's like you said, you know, they get to the age where you're like, hey, it's time for you, you know, to be a man. You know, you got to do your own thing.
You're going to grow some.
You got to get out of the nest, you know what I mean? Try to live a little bit. And if it doesn't work out, you can always come back. But you at least got to try, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and I noticed this generation, they not just want everything handed to them, but they want like real nice shit.
Oh, yeah.
Right out of the gate. It's like, why doesn't, like Rebecca and her old man, why ain't they down there in one of the, you know, low income apartments, 2-bedroom, a little nursery set up?
Yeah. That could be a solid point. And I don't know what their actually behind the scenes conversation is between them, what they have planned out. But I know they have been looking at places, and they're trying to they're actually showing me that they're actually trying to get, you know, and they want their own place, and they actually want to get back to where they were before. But what bothers me is when I drive around, And let's just say I go to Quick Trip to go get me a soda or something. And I pull up at a red light and I see a 16-year-old with a nicer truck than me. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out, why Daddy got him that truck. Now, am I jealous? You could say yes. I think I am. But it's just, I think a lot of this generation, they kind of get stuff handed to them. They're not used to going out there and working and being responsible for it. And
there's no
times
pride,
are changing on us, man.
No pride in it neither.
Yeah, they just times have changed somehow.
They don't give a shit to say, I did it, I built that, or I did it like an old car. Yeah, they don't give a shit. They'd rather buy it done. Yeah,
whoever created that line, work smarter, not harder. Well, they're trying to.
They're working there.
They're working on it now. You know what I mean? This generation is definitely like, I don't want to do it. If it requires work, I'm not going to do it. Do I need to get paid? Should I get paid and get out there and do it? Or should I just stay at home and play my PS4? If I have a choice between that, then I'm just going to play the PS4. That's what the newer generation, I believe, is into.
Now you can make money doing that.
Yeah, and now you can make money doing that, So who knows? This life, our generation, I believe, was built on, hey, you got to work hard if you want something, or you're not going to have anything. You don't want to be that guy underneath the bridge, I'll tell you right now.
Well, and there's
you're going to get nothing.
I try to tell people all the time, I'm like, there's really no secret sauce to this.
There's not. All you got to do is get a job. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You don't even have to like your job. If you can get in a job and make money and you can stick it out mentally, then it will reward itself in the long run.
Pay your debts on time.
Yeah.
Take care of your credit. Like you said, work hard.
Yeah, man. You
and
keep your word.
And put in more hours. You don't have to just work 35, 40 hours.
Yeah.
Put in some overtime, that way you can get ahead.
Yeah,
if you just do those three things, you'll be fine.
Yeah, man. You can definitely get somewhere that way. I don't know what happened when this generation came around. Something skipped. It's like we lost a DNA sample from the gene of working. They're just like, nope, I ain't gonna do it. Who's gonna give me money for free?
Well, and there's no pride in it.
What's that?
Obama.
What did you say?
Obama. Well, they have some of it, the free phones and all that shit too. But I mean, another thing too.
They're giving out free phones.
They was.
Man, I should have jumped all over.
Do they still do it?
No, I'm just playing.
I don't know. Another thing too is the generational deal and stuff. When I say there's no pride in it, you'd be shocked at how many guys I say, yeah, man, but I feel good that I put that together.
Right.
Why? It don't even register.
They don't understand the concept of accomplishment. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Accomplish something, it should make you feel good. Our human, or even our natural reaction when you finish a project or whatever it is, your natural reaction, you may not show it on the outside.
Yeah.
But on the inside, you're actually happy. You're like, man, I'm glad I got that. It's done.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Or like you buying the new house.
Yeah. That was a huge thing.
Like you were probably like, I did that.
Oh, man.
But they don't get, like I don't mean this in a bad way. And I'm not trying to bring her up. But like Rebecca.
Yeah.
I bet they're looking at full-blown homes to rent.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're giving somebody else that money.
Yeah.
They don't even make sense. Make sure that it's dry over your head, halfway clean, call it a day.
Yeah.
Get money saved for you a home.
Get money.
And then
I like that. Get money.
Get money.
Yeah, man. It's just. I think it says a lot about your character as a person. You got to be motivated. If you want anything in this world, you can't. It's not going to be handed to you. You got to take it. Yeah. So if you're going to take it, then you got to work for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the way of the world, man.
Well, hey, we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
If you don't mind. So everybody stay tuned, and we'll be right back to talk about midgets and cow throwing patties.
Wow. Stay tuned. That's good stuff.